What is going on, everybody? Thank you so much for jumping into this video or broadcast, of course, depending on when you're watching it. My name is Danny Coldblood, aka MusicVidiot, and I am joined here with the one, the only, infamous Dibbs Gaming. Dibbs, what is going on, man?
Hello, welcome back, fellow mystery hunters. It's
Welcome
about
back,
time for me.
guys. Yes, it
Yeah.
has been, man. It's a good feeling getting back on the discussion with you, man, but I wonder if the feeling's gonna last as we are in perilous times, it appears. What's going on with this mystery? Will it survive the Doomsday Heist? Or does Doomsday not necessarily mean Doomsday for the mystery? Guys, we're gonna talk to you all about our thoughts, our opinions. We're gonna discuss it like hunters should, and you guys are more than welcome to chime in as well, as we're gonna try to pay attention to the chat as much as possible, as we are doing our best to rack our brains around this whole situation. It is awesome that we finally do get the jetpack, but does that mean that Rockstar just threw in the towel? Or does that mean that too many people are willing to give up on something they spent 4 years on, when really, this is just the beginning? Debs, what the fuck, man? What's going on here?
Were you surprised when that DLC came out? Oh, the DLC, I mean the trailer. When
Oh,
you
my
first saw
lord in
you
heaven.
saw it.
Yes, dude. Yes, absolutely. I
Were
didn't
you
know what to
were
think.
you like thrilled, or were you like disappointed?
I was thrilled.
Oh man, I was disappointed.
I was thrilled because I was like, oh my god, it was awesome. And at the time, nobody was talking about it. I think I like hit it right when it got posted. So I was like, yes, finally, I'm the little guy that got to post it first. So I was gonna.
Yeah, I saw the video, but it was like in a live stream or something.
Yeah, I did. I was too excited, man. I couldn't even type. My hands were shaking. I couldn't believe it. And then I really thought that it was some kind of scheme or some kind of bullshit. I was like, no way. This is really Rockstar Games website. I checked the spelling, make sure it wasn't some kind of weird website like Rockstar Games M or something .com, some weird like close but not the thing. You know what I mean? Some fake website. It's like one letter off of the real one. I'm like, no, they got me. I was even wondering if it was April. I got my whole calendar rearranged in my head. I was like, is this an April Fool's joke? Is this possible?
Yeah, I saw it the next day because I woke up and then I saw a commotion on Twitter, and I looked and it looked awesome, but I immediately thought, oh man, there goes the jetpack, there goes the DeLorean, like the 88 miles per hour. I saw people flying out of the Mount Chiliad, and I thought, oh my God, there goes the mystery. There goes the mystery. That was my first thought. And now there's a lot of speculation now, and that's why we're doing this discussion video now. But I think many people were disappointed, like, hey man, what's going on with this? And is this just a shark card thing? Uh, did they screw us over? And I read some websites on the internet, and many mystery hunters were like, "Hey man, Rockstar kicked us in the nuts." And and I saw a funny one. It says it was shark cards after all, like, and that was pretty funny. And but
Right.
it doesn't have to be. Yeah, it doesn't have to be the end of the mystery.
It doesn't,
Uh,
because if you think about it, man, as I started thinking about it, I was like, shit. I started like getting people were getting into my head, and I was like, you know what? They are right. Rockstar just needed something to throw in there to make up for this because they had it all fucked up. But then I started thinking about it. I started really going in my notebook and going in my back pocket, like I like to say, and really looking at everything that I have as far as leads and solid evidence as far as places to look and things that are connecting. And honestly, I have a very different feeling and opinion now that I kind of did a little bit of work. This is not something that they just whipped together, because there's way too much of it that corresponds almost perfectly with the plan, with everything that was there from day one. And the more I think about it, the more I realize that this might not be the Easter egg. I still believe that this is close to a harsh situation. As this Tuesday, I believe this Easter egg will be able to be solved. Like then we can actually solve whatever it is. But no one ever said it was the jetpack. Everyone wanted the jetpack and always assumed that that's like the best thing that we can get. So if we get it, that's got to be the answer. But you know, this is where we're gonna really find out the true hunters from the people that really are kind of like hanging on by a thread already. And people are gonna be going off, man. They're gonna be leaving the mystery, thinking it's done, thinking it's solved, pissed off at Rockstar. But the true hunters are gonna see what we're talking about, or at least the leads and the patterns and the clues that are still there, leading to something else, leading to something more, and the true hunters will stay behind. And once it's solved, it's going to be a really great feeling knowing that you stuck it out till the end and you didn't just give up because you thought and you assumed that that was it. Because think about it, Debs, if you spent not even more than that, Rockstar spent how many years on this mystery, right? They spent a lot of time on the game, but we know that the mystery even connects before that to the previous games a lot. So they spent a lot of time connecting it to all of their stuff. So it's been a big, work in progress making this mystery. Now,
Yeah,
why
and
would you just throw it in the towel at last minute? You won't just give up like that. You got a plan. There's a plan behind this, and you just got to trust that. Nobody would want to do that to themselves and ruin their own surprise.
I agree with, but because GTA Rockstar built up a universe, and I don't know if I'm still echoing, but so put out my sound a little. But they started like the mystery in San Andreas, GTA San Andreas, with the Epsilon program, and people thought there was Bigfoot in the woods there, and the Epsilon program in the GTA mystery forums, they said look for a red car with a dent in it, but nobody could find the car. And then in GTA 5, suddenly the first mission was go to a canyon creek, and there was the car with the red dent, the red car pickup truck with the dent in it.
Right.
So they listened to the
Now,
community, and suddenly there was Bigfoot. There's Bigfoot in the game,
yeah.
even though you got peyote plants. So they do listen, and they got every store in the game, like almost like 80% of all stores got a background story. Where it comes from, so who built the store, who connects it. Every character got a story, where he comes from, even if they are not like visible in the game, like radio DJs, they got a background story. So they got a whole universe made up, building to this mystery. And I always keep in mind the example of the Children of the Mountain. When the Ballad of Kay Tony came out, they they changed the radio station, the Journey, and that was one of my favorite stations because it was all like classical music. And suddenly they changed it for Children of the Mountain, and that was rubbish. And he talked about, and we didn't make the connection to GTA 5 yet, but they were already working on it. And oh, the reason by so GTA's got a world on his own,
See, I have
and
something to comment on that, and it's a great point that you brought that up. What about before? What about in San Andreas when everybody spent all their hours, all their time looking for a Bigfoot that wasn't there, trying to find the Epsilon program that was hinted and spoken a little bit of, but not there. What about
no,
all the
but
shits, right?
I,
But
I I saw a website, and the man went berserk, and they shouted him out like an Easter egg in the game. Or no, it was a tweet like, I hope you can find it or something. There was a guy who had his own website with the Epsilon program, something. I will leave a link in the description later on. And it's like, oh man, it's so, the man, he did a whole study of it. And I wouldn't be surprised that he got offered a job or something. But they went really, that Epsilon program, it means something. And also you got here the CO1 door. That's why we are here, because everybody's speculating right now on the internet. Okay, they're flying with the jetpacks out of Mount Chiliad, and we were always searching for, if you look at the mural, there are like lines and X's on it. Where is the entrance?
hmm
And well, we got the website TO1, the Chiliad mystery website that says TO1, it's here. So my best bet is here that this will be some kind of entrance or beginning. You got the
Right.
Epsilon program thing. What's the English word for that, Danny?
The tract.
The Epsilon tract, not a tract, but you got some things after you complete the Epsilon mission where the blast is not felt.
Yeah, it's the tract. The Epsilon tracks.
Yeah, it's a T012 door, by the way, but maybe they made a mistake. But
You know, there's a couple of things that I want to talk to you on that, but also like what I was saying though, Dibs, that's a good point, and I want to bring that point up that you mentioned about San Andreas. I looked into that when I first started hunting because I thought about that. Like, how about all these people that wasted their time? Because I wasn't really involved in San Andreas when it came out, and I didn't really play the game that well. Like, not even fully. Okay, I really wasn't into it. I didn't really play games that much at that point in time in my life. Now check this out. I looked into it heavily. Rockstar got pretty huge. Like, a lot of people started becoming GTA fans after that game. And ever since that, I've seen a lot of articles, a lot of things where Rockstar has said, we always check to see what our fans like the most out of a game and what they don't like, and we always do our best to give them what they want. And now you see everything that we wanted has came true in, in foresight. They do it. And now looking in hindsight, we could see that they did it. You know what I mean? Now we have Bigfoot. Now we have the Epsilon program. Now we have a friggin' mysterious scratchings on the wall, outlining a puzzle of some sort on the mural up there, right? As a mural. Now, the thing is, you're absolutely right with the Epsilon program, and it does lead into this mystery. As it was a mystery before, they did connect it and brought it back and intertwined it like a web into this mystery. If you look at the Epsilon tract, like you said, that was in the TO2 door, okay? It said where the blast cannot be felt. This whole entire Doomsday thing is about apocalypse and nukes and atomic bombs. Now check it out. We also have another tract, okay? I think it's the 8th tract that you find. And it's found right on top of Mount Chiliad by the platform where it says come back when your story is complete. And that one says something very similar about finding it. It says something about dinosaurs. It says it's by a tree. But the most important thing is it says it's by the jet stream. That's what she says in the text message. It's by the jet stream. Now, if you just take the word pack and put it in between
Danny, I have to interrupt you. You have to turn down your volume a little bit.
My volume for what?
Yeah, I think your microphone, and I sound like a football referee.
A football referee? Is this better? Is this better?
Yeah, I don't know yet. And many people are referring, man, we're pulling on a dead horse. And
well,
we don't.
You can have. The thing is, there's more videos to come, and I will be the first one to tell you guys if there is nothing. I'm not gonna just sit here and I hope to God that it's true, and I'm gonna hold on to it and make you guys try, because honestly, a channel like mine, it revolves around this mystery. I'm not dumb. You guys aren't dumb. If this mystery is over, it's not going to be too good for my channel. I mean, I'll still do stuff on there, but it's not going to be good. It's not going to be great. But I understood that from the day I got into it. Revolving it around one topic is the chance you take. But I never got into the YouTube thing as a career or a business move. I got in here because people weren't listening to my comments. I had good things to say. And shit, I was like, fuck it, I'll make my own videos if I can't get my voice out there. And I just wanted to be a team player. And so I'll be the first one to tell you guys if I really believe there's nothing left. But at least do me a favor. If you're going to say that it's not, listen to what I have to say. I'm coming out with a video shortly after this one, okay? About maybe 6 hours after this video comes out. I will have another video out showing everything, all the reasons why, in a very good order, okay? It's going to be hard to refute that there is something more, guys, because I can explain a lot of this shit, and I'm telling you, isn't it kind of funny? Like, if they just slapped this shit together in a last move effort to try to make everybody happy, why would they say Jetstream right here where this other tract is found over by this tree? Okay, it's found by the jet stream. We know that in the trailer they're shooting out of the top of the mountain where the jetpack stream is, right? So, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that connects. If you guys watch my analysis video on the trailer, it talks about how that missile is there, showing you guys it might be like heavy duty nukes and stuff, but it also says malware right there, which is like a more of an electronic kind of keyboard or computer attack, right? The dark web. What do we find here at 1 o'clock in the morning? Dark webs, right?
Right.
If you guys
Yeah,
use
but
common sense, these doors are all open here in the hut, right? From
correct.
the day one, but this one's not. They're all the same exact door as this. They open to the side on each side. This one opens this side, that one opens to that side. Same thing right there, same thing right there. But why doesn't this open? Not because they didn't think of it or it looks silly. It's because it's going to open, guys. I mean, if everything will line up, I'm not saying that this shit's going to last for another 4 years. It could be solved this Tuesday. This shit could be over with. But I still believe that this Tuesday is when we still can solve the Easter egg, and the Easter egg is not solved by having the jetpack. That is just an addition to it all. I'm telling you, I really believe it.
By the way, you still got echo, Danny.
Are you sure it's on
Um,
my side here? I'm not hearing any kind of
yeah, I
echo.
think dip sounds fine. I said dip sounds fine here.
Here, let me try to.
But you should uh, talk about because I already know a little bit of your video, and you talk about that every update of the DLC, and, when I came to think about it, that's true, and I've really found that an amazing discovery, is that in every update DLC, there was a reference to Doomsday coming. Like, remember where you can, I don't know, because I don't play online that much. Well, hardly ever. I got just enough money to buy a haircut, let alone what happens Tuesday. But uh, there was like a DLC, and you can buy like an interior painting where the alien came out of the ground, not the
Yes.
ceiling, but it was a paint. Yes, and then there was like the biker DLC, and you got the atomic sign, and next to it there was a Nagasaki thing. I found that connection really interesting that you made. Like you had like atomic, and
Right.
next to it the other sign to Nagasaki, like something's happening. So I think if there if there is if they are working to Doomsday, like in the DLC trailer, they say we have to stop the Doomsday. But what if it doesn't? Uh, if you can't, like, and then something will happen, like a Nagasaki, and they're working on it, and that's why I want to play that high so much, and look for clues that the real Doomsday is coming, because you can hear like the ammunition or the "Are you ready for the apocalypse?" You can. There are so many clues to an apocalypse, like they were working on it, and I have to say that because just to be fair, there was a guy, and he's pretty famous, and I didn't know about him, but he's on Twitter. His name is Fun too, and he's got a lot of followers. And he had a post 2 years ago, and uh, he's like one of the coding guy. He's looking the codes, and maybe he's one of the good team. I don't know, but he found this what's happening here, and he thought it was DLC for single player. And he said because he said, man, it's gonna be there's gonna be a new city added, and it's called Clifford. And he was right about another few things. But now we know Clifford isn't a new city, it's that AI computer. The circle you see in the trailer, that's
Hmm.
the intelligent AI computer that is called Clifford. So it was already in the game, and there were like 34 mission triggers, and it was supposed to be single player DLC, and they scrapped it. And just to be fair, we should talk about it. And maybe yeah, they got to the shark arts. And when I read it, I was disappointed, and I felt like the same way like other people are. Like, hey man, are we pulling a dead horse that they kick us in the nuts?
Right.
And I was, yeah, and I'm just that's how I
Well,
stand in this is like if there's nothing to be found, I give it 2 weeks because again, I'm a single player, and for me, it was never about the jetpack. For me, it was the mystery. And
exactly.
after yeah, and if after 2 weeks there's no mystery for me in single player, yeah, then I wish everybody the best of luck, but
The
I will
thing
do
is,
other
this
games.
is this is really exciting for me. I know a lot of people are discouraged, but a lot of people also did not see my see. I came out with a lot of my big heavy hitter videos before I got a little bit more popular. Now a year ago, I just watched my video again today, and I blew my own mind. I fucking blew my mind. I couldn't believe it. Like I was on, bro. Like I'm not trying to just talk shit. I was on. 1 year ago today, I made a video, and I watched it, dude, and it is all coming to pass. Everything in that video is fucking coming to pass. From the fucking underground base in Chiliad, all the different levels, the Easter egg at the bottom, okay, the jetpack being connected to the UFO, and they're connected on the mural because we need the jetpacks to fly straight out of Mount Chiliad and up out of it and beyond to reach the UFO to fucking fight them. But that's not going to be the Easter egg, okay? That's going to be the heists and shit, okay? Even the setups, right? The setups in the trailer, it shows like taking control of Fort Zancudo, so everything's like coming together. Even the lightning, okay? I brought up the like you just mentioned how the clubhouse has the 69 scribbled on it, and right behind it there's an atomic poster and a Nagasaki poster, and we know that at the end of World
Danny,
War
Danny,
II,
Danny,
um,
Danny,
was,
Danny, you really should fix your echo because I asked in the chat who's got the echo. Is it Danny or me? And it's you. And everybody's complaining here. I don't know how it is in your chat, but
I,
it would be unfortunately if people can because you got a lot of good stuff to say. And
I don't understand what it could be. I have everything turned off.
okay, yeah, Danny's got the echo, not you. Okay, yeah. Well, I have no idea, but I hope people can still follow your story.
Yeah, like
Uh,
I was
Go
saying,
on,
like
go
the
on.
Hiroshima. So you got the 69 on the clubhouse wall, right? Behind it, you got the atomic sign, and you got the Nagasaki sign right next to each other. At the end of World War II, in 19, um, was it? 1949 is about the lightning bolts. Actually, that's tied to Red Dead Redemption or L.A. Noire, but I'll get to that in a minute. Okay, so at the end of World War II, August 6th and August 9th, they bombed Nagasaki and Hiroshima with an atomic bomb. Now Rockstar
Yeah,
put
that is an
atomic
absolutely
and
great find
Nagasaki
what you
right
did.
next. Right, you know what I mean? It's insane. That's insane. And then you got the Soviet, right? The first, the Soviets' test of the nuke was called First Lightning. Okay, and what do we have right here? And that was in 1949, right around the time of LA Noire. And there's tons of LA Noire connections to this mystery. It's all like it all pieces together. I know I'm giving you guys fragmented shit right now, so it might just be like, okay, this and that. But if you guys want to give it a minute afterwards and watch the video I'm coming out with next, go ahead and do that and see what you think after that. And if you don't want to give it that much, watch what I put out a year ago. If this shit
Oh,
wasn't
hold
able
on.
to
Hey,
be figured
Danny,
out, right, then how the
I
hell
want I want to
could have.
contribute I want to contribute more to your video is that I'm playing LA Noire just for the Easter egg and if there is a connection to the Chiliad mystery and there is like how you say it Easter egg with a Morse coding like a number station and you hear Morse coding in it and I really want to know I'm not there yet if that Morse code has changed and I want to hear about that message. That message because that's DLC. You got only by the nuke LA Noire you got a DLC mission where the atomic bomb drops
Right.
in LA. And if that Morse code, I'm not sure whether, and I hopefully one of the viewers are playing LA Noire, and you go to the mission with the first Vice mission, where you are at Vice on the thing. How you say
Right.
So you turn on the CB radio, and we have to decode that Morse code. And if that verifies with your story, what just you just tell, you hit the jackpot. And that's what I wanted to contribute to your uh, what you were just saying. Just
Thanks,
ask the
man.
viewers, yeah, if people are there is a radio station, turn it on to CB and listen to that Morse code and download the app, because I'm still at the traffic department or something. So I just started it. But
Right.
yeah,
Right.
okay.
And also, man, the video I made a year ago. I want to link it in the description. Okay, I talked about this, man. How would I have been able to follow and come up with this shit? Okay, it's not that I made it up. It's all connecting. It's all unraveling. It's because I just happen to follow the right clues. I happen to look at the right things and believe in it. And I'm telling you what, the whole underground tunnel thing here and the underground base at Mount Chiliad is a pun and a parody off of real life, which was all by this team of people that were basically like this underground like these. It's basically like the dark web. And it's funny because it's connected to the trailer with the bugs and Lester and everything, and the web's here, and then you got all this stuff with malware. Okay, so it's that half of everything, and then you got the whole physical half of everything with the actual physical bombing and nuking and stuff, right, of the apocalypse. And then you got, the aliens. They try to convince you that it's all these other countries. Well, if Rockstar was going to implement all these other countries and find a way to put them in the game and work it out so it makes sense and looks good without going crazy and costing too much money and adding all these extra things in the game, how would they do that the right way? They like to hide things in plain sight. They like to kind of trick you, right? It's already in the game before your eyes, hidden in plain sight. The UFOs. There's one right here. There's one at the hippie camp. There's one over at Zancudo, and they're very, much split between the two things. You got the electromagnetic, um, frequencies and all that shit that like buzz you right off the, out of the sky like a fly swatter. If you're in a helicopter, it's just like it shuts down your whole system. So their technology is advanced as hell. And then their physical part, we don't know what kind of weapons they carry and what kind of shit they're capable of. So I think the threat's going to be the aliens. I think that the zombies are still involved. I don't know if it's this update or the next one or whatever, but I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is leading to this shit, and it's really making a lot of sense. Like I said, let me link this video to you guys. You can watch it if you want. It's an hour long, but it's the best hour you can ever watch as far as my channel goes, because a lot of stuff has came true, man. I've been a part of a lot of foreseeing the future with this mystery. It's just being on the right path, and I want you guys to see this. I want you guys to be on board, because this Tuesday is going to matter. This Easter egg will be able to be cracked and solved on
Yeah.
Tuesday. I truly believe it. And whatever it's going
And
to be, you know what I mean? It's going to
it's
either make or break it.
it's not going to be the Russians. It's not going to be the North Koreans. Everybody's so political correct. They get bullshit over them. So trust me, it's gonna be like a nuke, or it's gonna be like aliens, not the North Koreans, not etc. It's gonna be something else. Otherwise, they get shit over them, and they don't want to be a part of it. That's
I
my guess.
I just don't know what it's going to be, though, Dibs. I don't know what this Easter egg is going to be. I know that I believe it's going to be able to be solved. It's going to be able to be cracked, but what it's going to be, I don't know. So how long will it last? I'll have more, ideas and opinions and everything. If Tuesday comes and I feel like shit, man, this is going to be over in a day, I'll be honest and tell you guys it's going to be over in a fucking day. If not, I'll give you my honest reasons why. But the one thing I wonder about, did you ever see in the ocean, you have all those broken like machines and like military vehicles and shit. I wonder if this didn't happen already in the past already in this area, some kind of war.
Oh,
You know what
good
I mean?
thinking. You
You've
know
got a lot of
the tanks in
shit.
the water. Yeah, the
Yes,
tanks, and that's I haven't,
and
I
you think
didn't
about it.
even.
You got the hatch too. Someone's banging on it. That doesn't make too much sense. I know it's a pun or a parody to, or a reference to GTA 4 with Roman going bowling, but listen, someone's got to be on the underside of that, and we know from this trailer that there's a lot of shit going on in the mountain. How many different exits are there? Could there be one that goes straight out to the ocean? Okay, could that be somebody that's not even Could it be a duality? Not even someone that's just a Roman and Easter egg for GTA 4. What if that's somebody that's escaping the prison in an underground tunnel and met up with one of these exits, and he's trying to get out of Bolingbrook Penitentiary, and everyone's thinking he's like about fucking bowling from GTA 4, but he's a prisoner trying to get the fuck out of Bolingbrook. You never know what the hell can unravel. I mean, I know it's a crazy wild guess, but there's a lot in the video that I connected to this. I'm telling you, there's like 4 or 5 different exits from Mount Chiliad, and I think Fort Zancudo is going to be one. We have that Space Rangers television show in the game, where if you watch the TV show, it shows their fort, like pretty much their military base, and then it goes underground right below it and shows their little stash of weapons and stuff. You got the Laser Force TV show, which has the aquarium that opens up, and inside of there is a fucking UFO alien looking room, and it's crazy because the computer that they're all standing at is a big circular computer, right? And if you look at the trailer, right when it says orbital cannon on the top, the computer that guy is standing at is a big circular computer just like the one from Laser Force. So if you look closely, you'll see the connections are all the way back to the beginning of the game in some of the cartoons even. And I mean, it's to a
Yeah,
T, man.
I am like the thing you just said, like the Alien War, the Second World War, the Nagasaki thing, and having those tanks, and you see nuclear rockets in the sea, right?
Hmm.
So I think that's and it's also got a code on it, because on one of them it's a hex code, and I deciphered it, and it's like the color of Rockstar, like the Rockstar logo should have been there, but somehow it didn't make it through. Like if you go to the ocean and you will, there is a tank, like a tiger tank, I think it's German, and if you will see there's a code written on it, and that code turns out to be the same color as Rockstar logo. And there was something else. Oh yeah, when you talked about the television shows, I always thought about the monkey thing, the monkey mosaic, like the pictures you took of the monkey. You
Hmm.
see on Eclipse Boulevard, you see a big commercial thing with the space monkey, and his name is Pogo, Pogo the monkey.
Hmm.
But if you type in Pogo, it's actually like a program for a jetpack, and it's a jetpack for 2 people on it. So I was to save it up for a next video, because I didn't know the DLC trailer would come out. I was saving it up for another video. And hey man, maybe that Pogo monkey's got more to do with it. Now you bring it up, and so man, my thoughts are going everywhere.
You
But
know what else, Dibs? You know what else? Makes a lot of sense too. I like what you said about that because the monkeys are also connected to the aliens as well. We know that from Did Somebody Say Yoga? We got all those monkeys in the alleyway, and then next thing you know, Michael's getting examined up in a UFO and gets spit out. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of it's funny how it all kind of connects. But we also have Sandy Shores Airstrip right here, right? And in the murder mystery, we had a very similar entrance, okay, that was blocked off just like this one, that is now opened with next gen, and you get the Easter egg inside of it, the murder mystery filters, if you use sound and follow all the triggers that you nailed, by finding everything. You know what I'm saying? And you get into that murder mystery cave. Well, now there's another one over here that I've been trying to figure out since, we found it. Now check this out. This one right here, if you go on your map and hit pause, if I could find it, and you
yeah,
hit
I know
pause
where
from
it
this
is. I know
thing.
where it is. It
Oh,
is.
there it is. There it
It
is.
is. Yeah.
If you hit
Oh man,
pause and you pause it right on this
I
spot
have.
right here and go all the way to the
Yeah.
right, you're gonna be directly in line with that hatch again. And I just think it's kind of funny because if this is a tunnel system, that would make sense. That would geographically be correct and geometrically be correct with everything. You know what I'm saying? Like, why
Oh,
doesn't this open?
oh, this is an awesome thing. We didn't like discuss it before, but I want to add something into it, because now the DeLorean is in the DLC. Like you saw the flying cars, the Back to the Future reference, and now remember the part Back to the Future Part 3, where he went to the cowboy era, where
Yes.
he's going to save the professor. He is going to jump into the time, and he hides. That's why I'm jumping right now. He hides his car into the same thing as this one, like. And I thought about it, and I thought, hey, man, is this like something's got to do with the time traveling thing?
Right.
And I couldn't connect it, but now you are talking about it, that it's in line with the tapping thing, from the series Lost in the ocean. And
Right.
if it's in the same line, hold on, I will check it. I'm
Yeah, it's
standing
in
right before
it's
it.
in the same line. Yep. And also, you got in that trailer, you got that triangle with the eye in it, right? That new symbol. Well, that's basically the SecuroServe symbol, is it not? It's just like it. Um, and the thing is, the SecuroServe symbol, the triangle with the eye, that's two symbols put together. That's the all-seeing eye, like slash with the U.S. government, and then there's the trilateral, which is the black triangle outline in a red circle in a big overall circle, and that's those two put together, which is all about the people, like the organization that had that whole underground tunnel system that were involved with that with Chiliad, the video I keep mentioning from a year ago. So that's all tied in together, and that is funny because it's called Los Alamos. Okay, it's two letters away from Alamo Sea. Los Alamos has a direct tunnel connected to that underground base in real life that's in the mountain. Now, the underground base that's in the mountain in real life connects to Los Alamos. This looks identical to Los Alamos right here. And we're right by Alamo Sea. And if you were to just, take Los Alamos and add EA at the end, you would have Alamos E, Alamos Sea. Get it? And
Yeah.
this could possibly be another exit from Chilean as well, underground. Because we just did have a new transform race, and that was called Inferno. And that kind of makes you think, the whole thing, if that's a volcano over there, that would be, kind of making sense if this was, Inferno in this area, with certain situations. But you got, the DeLorean you brought up, right? That's like an all-purpose vehicle in the heist, it appears. It goes off the ground, in the air, in the water. And that seems like what we've been doing with the transform races. Like they've almost been putting us through like a boot camp, if you will, right? Teaching us how to play like that, how to go from like one thing to another like that, from the ground to the air to the water. And now we're going to be getting a vehicle that does just that. Are they not preparing us to play what they got for us, next? And I mean, there's a lot more clues like that with Back to the Future. There's the 88 miles per hour license plate I found. There's so much stuff that the community has found. There's a lot of stuff that just would be a dead end if it was just the jetpack up and it's over. There's more to it. There's a lot more, like the blueprint map. There's still unsolved. That the instructions on the back of it. Why don't we have that solved yet? Does it make any sense to go to Raton Canyon and all this other shit, but we don't have any answers for it? And then if this was the end, okay, speculate this. If this was the end with Mount Chiliad and the jetpack, that wouldn't make sense either, because we both agree, since both murals, the city one and the one in on Chiliad, they're both in line on the map, so they're kind of like two sides of the same coin. What does the one in the city mean? Okay, that doesn't make sense then. If you're just gonna forget about that, you can't do that. Okay, the whole entire it's how you played the game. Well, that wouldn't make sense, because it would be just how you. It's not how you played the game. It's how you waited for Rockstar's DLC, and that's not true. That's not what they're
Yeah, and
doing here. There's something more.
yeah, but that's why people are feeling Rockstar kicked them in the nuts. Because what if Rockstar was meant to be a single player DLC, and they decided to make it a shark card thing? Because we
If
can't
that
ignore
ended up
all
happening,
those people who are thinking that. And uh, I have to be honest. I'm actually thinking almost the same thing. Like maybe I can't believe that they did that. They were to their fans.
If
If they did
anything,
that, it
it would
would
be
be
Take
so
Two. I
disgusting.
don't think that would be Rockstar doing this. I think if anything, that would be Take Two pressuring them into something like that. But if
Yeah.
that is true, if you are right, and this is something that they fucking did out of a maneuver like that, I'm telling you what. Knowing everything I know about Rockstar, looking deep into them to see, and learn about them, they give a shit. They do seem to give a shit about their
Yes.
customers and their fans. They would not fucking leave us hanging. If they had to fucking make a last minute exit point and change things, they'd at least wait and let it fucking make sense and put time, effort, money, and whatever else into making sure that it worked for the online then. So we at least still had it in some sort of way. Now they're not going to just fuck us over because first of all, they're a business. Before anything else, they're a business, and that's a bad fucking business move. How many people already that are taking things way too quickly and rushing the whole situation and just assuming this is the end? Oh my god. They're all pissed. There's so many people fucking pissed. Rockstar would never be able to do another cool thing again because they wouldn't be able to be trusted. It's the boy that cried wolf or cried the
Yes.
beast. Okay, you know what I
And
mean? They
that's
couldn't
why
do
I,
that.
yeah, and that's why I have big hopes. I got really big hopes that they put something into single player.
Well, I wouldn't
Although
have big hopes on
even
that. I wouldn't have big hopes on that, man. I
no.
don't know about single
Yeah,
player.
man, I do, man. If I was working at Rockstar, I would like make because they love 80s. I would make just for the fun of it. I would make because people need closure for the mystery. I would make like balloons, like a red balloons from the It movie from the clown. I would make balloons out of the I don't know the English word for it, like sticking out of the sewer, and then with every balloon you collect, you see a little cutscene like connected to the mystery or something. That's what I would do. If Take Two would fuck me over, I would say, okay, we have to do something for the single player guys, and 25 collectibles finding in the game, and every collectible has got like a little cutscene in it, and like explaining the mystery or something like. Then people would find some kind of closure.
I'm telling you,
I mean the single
Dibs.
players.
I'm telling you, that's not Rockstar's way, dude. They do everything based around what their customers like, and they are always above and beyond. They are always legions ahead of the game. Whenever they come out with a game, they blow whatever's out currently out of the water, and even still years later out of the water. You mean to tell me that there's a reason why that they're the only game that's not being competitive with every other game out there with DLCs and story mode and season passes? They had something else planned, whether it's online, whether it's not. Okay, whether there's something in single player, whether it's not, there's still something there because they can't do something like that and ever expected to ever think that they can carry on with another Easter egg or miss. No one's going to want to get involved. No one's going to want to waste their time. And the thing is, I have a very sad feeling inside of me telling me that people are going to give up. They're not going to see things the way I'm seeing it. They're not going to see the connections. They're going to think, no, it's way too deep, or no, it's way too this. And then you know what? In fucking 6 years after GTA 6 and maybe 7's already out, some asshole in a fucking dark room somewhere in his mom's basement picking his pimples on lunch break is going to fucking crack this thing. And we're all going to say what fucking assholes we were for not trying to fucking really stick with it. The clues were right before our eyes and we gave up on it. You know what I mean? I'm telling you, man, I know that they would not, they just would not do that. They wouldn't do that.
No, I hope so. That's why I'm really Tuesday. The people who are watching I hope you, me, Danny, and some other guys can do the like a live stream with the heist. And first we're gonna play the mission like how it's supposed to be, so we can watch what Rockstar meant to be. Meant how the mission goes, and then the second one we're gonna stall it and we're gonna investigate it with all mystery hunters in the chat, and somebody says, hey man, go left or go right, and we can and then you got like 100 mystery hunters at the same time online, and then we're gonna find something. If there's something to be found, we can find it immediately, and then I'm going to, because I'm a single player guy, so I'm gonna search. I'm gonna do my utmost best to find something in single player. And if I can't find anything after 2 weeks,
Okay,
and I would make a yeah, but if I
if
make a video, people, and I don't blame them, but people were gonna say, "Hey man, it's over." And
yeah, well,
sometimes you have
there's
to,
a lot
yeah,
more
but
backing up that
sometimes,
it's
yeah,
not over.
I know, I
There's a
know.
lot more.
They should watch your video, but for me, it's like again, I'm single player. Uh, just take it up the chin,
If you
and
look at it, man, they kind of did. Now in hindsight, looking at it, they did give us the clues that it was going to be online. I was saving this more towards my video. I brought it up before, but now saying it again, it's going to really hit home for a lot of people. In Okay, I've been talking a lot about sound for a long time. About sound, about sound, about sound. Rockstar doesn't name themselves Rockstar because they don't like music or sound. They appreciate it. Okay, now when you beat the game and single player, you had three options. Okay, if you picked Death Wish, okay, and all three characters stayed alive, you would get a song that wasn't a song that was already a real song in the real world. You got a song that was made specifically for this game, and it was called The Setup. Now, isn't it weird? And we've talked about this before. You beat the game, you just beat the game, and now they're playing you a song called The Setup? What are you setting up for? What the hell could you be setting up for after you beat the game unless they're talking about online? And now this is where the real puncher comes in, guys. The lyrics say it's a setup, it's a setup, there's a traitor, there's a mole, it's a peacetime overthrow. Gonna get you beat, we won't fall down, we have to get underground. Now we find out that there's an underground in Mount Chiliad. Okay, we also find out that there's a heist called the Doomsday Heist, which involves all this stuff with Mount Chiliad and the jetpack, and we have setups for the heists. The same name as the song, involving stuff on the blueprint map that we've been trying to figure out, like invading Fort Zancudo. They set us up for the online after you beat the game, so everything we learned from the single player, we had to utilize for the online, and nobody really does that shit. We had to get 100% right in single player to see the UFOs. If you press start, go over to stats, okay, and then go down to awards when you're online, you're gonna see a bunch of fucking awards, guys. This is your 100% for online. Does anybody have this shit? Is anyone even trying for it? Does anyone know if there's something to crack or have online? We know that there was stuff found in the files like avalanche.env, like environment. We know that they talked about it before the game came out, and then it was hush. We don't know if like Battlefield or Call of Duty, if we do something as a server or as a team online, we can't make a natural disaster happen or something else happen. We have not done enough effort. Most people just watch videos expecting answers, don't really try shit out on their own. A lot of people do, but a lot of people don't. And so I would really hate for people to give up on something that's almost fucking common sense if you look at it the right way and look at the clues. Look at what they gave us. That was at the beginning of the game, man. When you beat the game 2 weeks after, or whatever, how long it took you to beat the game when it came out. You mean to tell me that they just whipped this shit together now when that song was in there at the fucking beginning of the game, telling us it's a setup, and now it makes sense? Now it connects perfectly? Come, man. I'm telling you, I have way too much that there's too much to go on, and it overweighs the scale of not to go on. And knowing Rockstar and how much they please their fans, I cannot, with a clear conscience, tell people that there's nothing. I can't. You know, I will do it if there is, and I really feel like there's not. I'm not going to just try to save my shitty channel. I don't give a fuck. Fuck my channel if it means that. You know what I mean? I'll be honest with everybody and tell people. But I really think, guys, there's something to solve. There's something to crack. There's something to trigger. Debs, you might be right. It could be on single player. I'm not going to tell you no. I just see now, looking at it all happening, once this information got revealed with the Doomsday Heist, I'm feeling that the big smackaroonie is going to be online. Unfortunately, I don't know much about what could be left for single player, but hey, that other mural has to mean something. That those unlocked things over at the desert. We don't know, man. There's a lot of possibilities, a lot of stuff still to look into.
I'm
You know what I mean?
I'm watching like a radio clock here right now, and I thought I saw in your last video 9/17. That was the release date of GTA, and you
Mm-hmm.
had something to say about that. because I
Yeah.
see yeah, I see an alarm clock here, and it's got the same time.
Oh, that's cool.
I'm just looking into it right now. Probably it means nothing, but
Hey, it
I
might, because the
forgot what your theory
917
was.
is not the most common number. It could be just a little reference to the day the game came out.
It's
And
my
also
birthday
this
too, so
submarine that we're at here. I've heard, I haven't looked too much into it to know much about the situation, but I've heard that this submarine over at this dock or over in this area is the same submarine that we've seen in the trailer, and apparently it's gotten
yeah,
bigger
that's
over
why I
time, like
flew
they're
here.
building it.
Yeah, that's why I flew here because there was a big submarine in the trailer, and I was trying to find a connection with maybe with Merryweather because they're like protecting it like big time, and thinking about the nuke and why are they protecting this shithole because there's nothing to protect except this thing.
Hmm.
So I was yeah, maybe
Think
they
about
were working on.
Capilavoro, even, right? We got Capilavoro has the beating heart with the chains from Liberty City, right? One of the biggest Easter eggs in that game. And in Capilavoro on the billboard after Bury the Hatchet, you can zoom in on it and see that big alien monster thing with the UFO beam on it, right? You know what I'm talking about?
No,
The
no, no.
billboard of Capilavoro, you can zoom in on it with your sniper, and it'll show the guy on the ladder, but it'll also show like a UFO beam and like two big
Oh,
monsters
yeah,
fighting, right?
yeah. Yeah, that weird movie. Yeah,
Yeah, and
yeah.
Capilavoro also has the beating heart and chains from Liberty City on it, which is showing
You know
huge
what's
Easter
strange
egg from
about
the
that movie?
past. You know what I mean? So
I
what's
don't
that
want to.
mean?
Yeah, I don't want to get too far away from the DLC
That's
because that's
directly with
the
the DLC,
subject.
man. That's an alien fight right there. That's a
Yeah,
UFO and a
yeah.
giant monster fighting some
You know
shit
what?
out.
You know what's strange, and I'm not completely correct, mate. So may I can ask you, but if you go to the if you want to watch that movie, it's like copyrighted. You can't broadcast it on your YouTube channel.
Right. Yes. I know. I got a copyright hit for that before. I tried to post it on my channel a while ago. I got
Yeah, why is
told that
that?
it wasn't Rockstar that made that. A lot of their movies and TV shows
Oh,
weren't made by Rockstar. It was a third-party company that did what Rockstar told them to do and Take Two told them to do, but they did the animations and all that stuff for it. And apparently they don't want you to monetize or even post about it. So they're the ones that copyright hit me for that one. So yeah, that's what that's all about. From what I my own
okay. Yeah.
experience. Yeah.
And by the way, because we are here and we're talking about the submarine, and it's in the part of the trailer. Remember the mission from Merryweather where you have to steal a briefcase here with the cousin of Wade. You got a
Mhm.
truck here that says "Steal me," and maybe those are already signs that there you have to. And we all know just Tuesday we're gonna know it, but it wouldn't surprise me that here there's something this thing is connected to with you got the entrance the TO1 door tunnel to find a way. I think Fort Sancudo will be taken over. I think there will be some closure at that.
Mhm.
And I think this Merryweather thing is going to be somehow be uh, clarified. No, is that
Mhm.
good English? Like, and
Also, Debs, think about it, man. The heist, right? This is the Doomsday Heist. I talked about the song and the setup, which is part of a heist. Think about what happened in single player with the big one, right? The score, if you will. Okay, the big score, which is also a piece of music. Think about it. We had a machine that dug underground tunnels to get to the fucking safe so we can get it out, right? Get the money and get out of there. Is that not a little bit of a, you know, foreshadowing of
yeah,
what was gonna
yeah,
happen
I
now?
was thinking
You
about
know?
that. I was thinking about that thing Trevor steals from Merryweather. He dumps it in the ocean and he has to bring everything back. And Lester, because Lester is in the trailer too, and he's getting all crazy about it. Man, don't steal that. We're gonna get all killed. And the thing is there, and there's something about it. If you go there, uh, Oh man, I forgot. Oh man, sorry for the viewers. There, I gotta. It was in my head, like it's connected. It's connected with the DLC with because you can't interact with it, or there is something with it. But
With the seismic, he said there's
yeah,
seismic plates and
yeah,
shit
but
that he has.
Lester gets all berserk about it. Man, you got the shit show going on. Return it,
Right.
and and if you go to the mission, you steal it like here, you steal it,
Hmm.
but you end up like 100 meters away. So if he wants to return it, he could just bring it back, but he has to escape the police, and he flies it all the way to Sandy Shores, I think, or he dumps it to the ocean. But it was just 100 meters away where the mission ends, so
Right.
it doesn't make sense. So maybe that's a connection too, and that submarine here, and we're all gonna know Tuesday. But
You know, I
for
also want to
me,
bring out one more thing too. This is something
yeah,
I was gonna say for my video as well, but I really think that people should know. Okay, we got this car, right? This car recently, very recently. Okay, another clue from Rockstar. Now, what the hell could this clue be? Well, the way I read it is, first of all, it's called the Vigilante, and it looks like the fucking 1989 Batmobile. So Batman, okay, DC. That's what I'm taking from it. Now, if you look at the movie Suicide Squad, the definition is in Suicide Squad, a secret government agency led by Amanda Waller recruits imprisoned supervillains to execute dangerous black ops missions and save the world from a powerful threat in exchange to reduced sentences. Now, check this out. We are in this heist trailer with the IAA. It looks like we're going to be getting together with the government, like IAA, FIB, and who's going to be paying us for this heist? You know, it's got to be the government or whatever to save the world, right? Is this not the same
yeah.
situation? Is this vehicle not a little foreshadow or clue into what, we're going to be doing? It's the same thing. It's like the Suicide Squad. We're going to be being paid by the government, okay, to go ahead and save the world. They're paying the criminals. They're paying the most dangerous people alive because it won't care if we die. We're expendable to the FIB and the IAA. Let's have these guys that are masters at fucking doing all this shit. Let's have them try to fucking stop this alien invasion or whatever it is. And then if they die, they die. If not, hey, we saved the world, and all we gotta do is give them some money. You know what I mean? I think it's a perfect plot.
I want to add something out with what you just said. Is that in one of the heists where you get the military truck, and I saw that in the Juliet mystery group on Xbox, and credit. I want to give credit, but I forgot his name. But he recorded something that a guy, like an NPC, in that truck. He says it's gonna be real snuggle in here when the time comes. Like every DLC is working to Doomsday. Like you hide in the bunker, you go out in the world of GTA with military trucks, with laser fighters, with like remember GTA San Andreas where at the end everybody was fighting and riots on the street.
Yes.
If the Doomsday is coming, like now we are going to prevent it, but the next DLC will be we failed at preventing it, and the
Right.
whole all the shit is going loose, and the only way to transport is by military truck, uh, 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 like dangerous bike against like a Mad Max thing with laser. The flying jet, the Batmobile, underground bunkers. That's where you're safe. I'm just brainstorming here.
And it's not
I
like we
would
weren't on the
find
right
that cool.
track. It's like, what do we expect, Dibs? What honestly, as hunters, what do we expect? We're getting exactly what we hunted. I mean, we were all on the mystery show talking about natural disasters and tsunamis and all the clues about all that stuff leading to all of this,
Yes.
apocalyptic shit. And now that it's happening, we're disappointed. What the fuck kind of crazy freaking, shit is that?
Yeah,
We should be
yeah, that's my
stoked.
dilemma too. That's my dilemma too, because for me, it was the mystery. I want to find a solution, not pay the DLC money and get it on a plate. I want to find it myself. But okay,
Well,
we're not gonna.
I think that we
Hold
were
on.
hunting, but we weren't hunting the
Yeah,
answer. We were hunting the clues that
yeah,
they were showing us what's coming up
true.
next.
I agree, but I wanted to find it myself. That's why I mystery hunt, because I want to solve the puzzle. It looks now uh, in online, that's not gonna happen. It's gonna be like a DLC, and that's awesome too. And if it's going to be the way it seems that it's going to be, I'm in for it, and maybe I'm going to play online too. But that doesn't mean the fact that I'm still disappointed that there was nothing in single player,
Well, we
because
don't
I'm
know.
single player.
We really don't know.
No, that's why we have to wait, and I hope at least for single player guys or girls that there will be some closure for those people too. That's the only thing I say. I think it's awesome that there will be new DLC and a Doomsday thing, and maybe like an
You know what
apocalyptic
though? There has
thing.
to be Dibs. With if you use logic, there has to be, bro. Think about it. There has to be something in single player because if that would be kind of dirty too. If you just give us clues for us to be able to figure out what's gonna happen or what to do next when we get there. No, if we're looking into something, it should be able to be somewhat halfway, whatever, somewhat solved then and there. So that means we're just wasting our time every day if we don't have nothing physically to solve at that moment. So there still has to be something in the game for us to get. Like I said, the back of that
Yes,
blueprint map is still not uncovered and fully understood. There's a couple things that we still don't have completely understood yet. You know what I mean? And we've given up on a lot of it, like the chicken in that fountain. How we know from the coding that chicken that goes into that one fountain in the city, if you can get in there, it will trigger, I think, a cinema scene.
cutscene.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we've never figured that out. No one wants to try anymore, and we haven't figured out the blueprint map. You know, I'm guilty too. I don't do that every day. I don't try to figure. I mean, there's stuff that we just kind of like. It's not spicy anymore. It's not the juiciest part of the pie, so we kind of lose sight of it, and then it's almost like being spoiled. Like, well, I wanted a mystery. Well, we don't. We still have stuff that still doesn't make sense. We still have that code that you were talking about on the side of the throughway
Yeah, on the
we don't
highway, and we
understand
got.
half of it.
I
The other
still,
half.
yeah, I think that miasma, Galileo. I think really, I still think that Galileo, it's got something to do. I can't point my finger on it, but that Galileo guy, he's too much in the game. Like it's too much. He's everywhere. He's got his own
Right.
observatory. He's got his own house, and then you got the miasma thing with all the things you can find at the humane labs. There's something wrong with that. It doesn't add up, and but I can't point my finger on it, and that's why I love mystery hunting. To search, and finally something, get something.
But I mean,
I don't want to get
you're a
it in
good
a
hunter,
DLC.
Dibs. You're a good hunter. We've proven already that we are at least on the right path to some degree. We have found what is coming up. We already know it's going to be the topic of disaster. We aren't lost. We're not so far away from the shit. We're close. Every time we're close.
Yes,
And if you think
at
about
least
it,
we know.
the
At
windmills with
least
the
we know
duct
what
tape.
direction to be found.
Right,
By the way,
exactly.
because yeah. By the way, I have to point this out because we're here. Otherwise, I'll forget it. What is strange is that there are no single player updates anymore. But the one thing that did manage to get in the single player was Ron's podcast.
Yeah, that's what I
Remember?
was saying. That's still unsolved. Why? Why for that?
And he
Why?
talks about Doomsday too. So I think the people who are watching this, and if you're really a mystery hunter, maybe with this DLC, listening to that again, because I don't know it out of the top of my head, but maybe we missed something. Maybe we can like find something else here, because he talks about the windmills here. They got cameras, and there's a lot of bullshit on. But there's a reason why it hits single player. That radio podcast.
Exactly. Exactly.
Yes,
And I'm
that's why I
telling you,
think
that doesn't
there
seem
is
to
some.
really connect to any of this new heist shit either. That's kind
No,
of its own thing. And
yeah, that's also in part of a DLC. Every DLC is working to the things they are going to now?
And I was, I was
Doomsday.
risen as a little boy. My mom always told me, trust your gut, trust your gut. And me and you both had a gut feeling, and I'm sure a lot of people did, when we heard that shit. That was like friggin' red flags, bells and whistles, naked
Yes.
cheerleaders shaking their titties in the sun, saying there is something in this, there's something to do with the mystery, with these windmills and all this fucking talk with Ron. It doesn't make sense that he would just have this update, take him in the studio for this stupid shit. No, there's something going on, and we have all these questions. Just to throw them away and assume would be a real waste of all of our time that we put in.
And again, we started the show with Rockstar's got his universe. They got a big universe, and every store has got its own Wikipedia. Every store got its own story. Every character's got its own Wikipedia. They 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 must. Uh, I can't believe they just gonna throw it all away.
I don't think they will.
No, and here I'm standing at the highway code again, and the fact that this message is intelligence. Like all you had to do was follow the damn train. CJ underlined. That's like for us easier to find. And this one is still open, and I have absolutely no idea. And somebody sent me a picture. Is that this number? You can't see it right now. That 469 thing.
And Trevor, right? Doesn't Trevor take a piss here during
Yeah,
surveying the score?
yeah. It's also before heist. It's before the big heist. He's taking a piss right here in this corner. Like, hey man, look at this. And this is the only one in the game, and it's updated in next gen only. Like from hey, there is something to be found if you only look at it.
And check out this.
And
This is
yeah,
new too. Look at my helmet. Look at my
I don't know
helmet
where
right
you
here.
are. Oh, there you are.
Say that they're adding shit in that was set in single player. The other side. See that? See you on the other side.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
awesome. And look at the nukes. Look at the nukes on it.
That's
Isn't
what I'm.
that a clue?
Right. Exactly.
I didn't know that. Yeah, I don't play online, but this is a huge clue, the nukes. Oh, and
See,
that what I talked about earlier, like the Fallout thing, that you only can hide in the bunkers, you can only drive in the military truck. Every DLC, but I'm going to repeat it myself. I don't
look at
want to
my
do that
shoulder.
one.
Look at my right shoulder. It's got the pyramid with the lightning bolt. Even look at your phone. If you go into your phone,
Yeah,
like you were just talking about the
yeah, the
bunkers,
pyramid.
okay?
Yeah,
If you go to
yes,
your Maze
yes,
Bank on the phone to foreclosure next to the war stock, and look at some of the bunkers, okay? Look at some of the bunkers descriptions. Okay, you'll see that it's all about the look right here, end of the world shelter, they call it.
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
cryptocurrency. We had that cryptozoologist um, achievement or trophy for getting Bigfoot, right? I mean,
yes.
there's so
Oh,
much.
yeah.
Nuclear
Oh, by the way,
wasteland is called.
the in that artwork of the new DLC, you see the jetpack, and but you also see a plane flying above those satellites. So maybe we get some
Right.
closure on there. We get some closure on those scientists too.
And you
And because
see the
in the
cars, the
beginning they
DeLorean
were
car shooting like a
FIB.
mine or something. They're
Yeah,
shooting like
but
a
in the
rocket at a
begin.
mine. So there might be underwater warfare too, as well, like underwater dogfights.
Yeah, and the FIB scientist, there used to be an FIB agent, not the FB, yeah, the agent, and they replaced it. And why did they do that? Because I think they scrapped out the single player DLC, changed it into multiplayer. So those scientists, we're going to see those scientists again at the satellite dishes.
Exactly. Look, like right here, it says farmhouse bunker, talking about World War III, mutants. Okay, and if you think about it, right, whatever happened to the hamburger sign and all that, there's a lot that we still don't have solved, guys. To make assumptions, it would be just silly of us to say there's nothing left. We don't know. We
Now,
still.
I agree, but uh, uh, somewhere deep inside, it still feels like a kick in the nut. Like I want to find it. Like
Well,
me, not
there's
give it.
probably something still in single player because we still find stuff all the
Yes,
time. There's probably
yeah,
something
or
still
please,
big,
or
but
just add something in. Like I want closure. What if I didn't have an internet connection?
right, and
I
I
know
don't think
you
they would
guys in
do that.
America.
I'm
No,
I'm
I'm just
almost
kidding.
confident that there's still. The more I think about it, there's got to be something still left for people on single player. We just have not really, found whatever the final thing is. I think that the online will appear to be a better Easter egg because of how interactive it could be. You know what I'm saying? It could be, a tsunami wiping out the map, or it could be whatever the shit, a nuke blowing up the place. Having a, whatever. But I think that the single player is still gonna have something so cool, so ridiculous that if people just stick it out, really just follow the hunt
I'm
and really do it.
stuck.
You know what I mean? Don't get yourself stuck in rabbit holes. If it doesn't connect, and
Yeah,
then
no,
just
no,
put it
no.
to the
I'm
side.
stuck.
Are
I'm
you really?
stuck. Yeah, I am. Oh, fuck it. I'll walk. Oh, oh,
I say we turn to the chat for a second and
oh,
talk
oh, oh.
talk to some of the people in
Okay,
the
yeah, yeah.
chat.
Go to the chat.
What's
And
going
then
on, guys?
I
I hope
really have
that
to
you
go to
guys
bed.
have
It's
enjoyed
three
their.
thirty here, in the morning here in Holland.
Okay, we'll wrap it up soon. I hope you guys are
Yeah.
enjoying the talk so far. I wonder what you guys are thinking about. What are you guys thinking of? I know you guys have probably been talking for a little while, but now that we're focusing on the chat for a couple of seconds, what do you guys have to say to us? Any questions, any comments, opinions? You want to call me an asshole? You want to call Dibs an asshole? You want to tell us that we're the best hunters in the world? Do you want to say that there's nothing left? Go suck a dick. What is going on in your guys' brains, guys? And then we'll go ahead and give you guys the best response that we possibly can for being live on a broadcast.
Uh,
Jad
well, I'm.
O2F1990 says, "We're all awesome." That's awesome.
Yeah,
Thank
we
you.
are
Thanks for the
all.
compliment.
I got I got a lot of people in the chat, and I don't have the skills like Trippy commentaries. He can do like three things at a time, like look at the chat
It's
and
because he's an alien,
interact
dude. He
and
has another eye behind his head that
yeah,
like
and
comes
talk
out and
about the
looks.
mystery. Because sometimes I'm so deep, like in thinking
Wait, Dibs, Dibs,
and
Dibs, Dibs, Dibs. Someone named Kilo just said, "Dibs, you have a hot voice." Well, if you ever see his online character, he's got a hot character too. I've slapped her ass a couple times. I could vouch for that.
oh man,
But honestly, guys, I'm gonna say this in my video anyway. But just to tell you guys that are here with us right now, if this does turn out to be nothing, and Rockstar did disappoint us, and we did just spend 4 years together going down a slide that
I
just
don't
went into a
mind.
bucket of
I don't mind.
diarrhea,
I made some great friends along the way.
I
But
want to tell you guys
yeah,
thank you. You guys made a lot of my days. You guys have been there for me. Some of you guys have became really good friends of mine. I met Dibs through all of this, and he's a really good friend of mine. I went and visited him across the world. I mean, it's been an
yeah,
experience, and it's
true.
been a blast, and I wouldn't have traded it for anything, even if it does turn out to
Me
be
neither.
a miserable shit show. For the most part, I loved a lot of it. Got
For
a
me, it's
lot of good
always been
friends,
about the
man.
journey, not. Yeah, for me, it's always been about the journey. I never cared about the jetpack. I cared for the mystery. I
Right.
still care for the mystery. I still have a little bit hope that, but
Well, think
and
about
I'm
it, Dibs. You
curious.
just play. You just
I'm
play the
more
game
like
looking, right?
curious.
You play the game looking.
Yes.
You didn't make the game. Imagine Rockstar. They gotta love this. This is their baby. Do you think that they're gonna just let it turn into a friggin' mutant little, humanoid that they're gonna have to go give away on a reptilian
Yeah.
humanoid
Well.
adoption clinic?
Yeah. Well.
No, they're gonna love
If
their
the
little ugly
no.
thing.
Yeah, but Leslie Benzie, his name, one of the founders, he left. And if you are promised a bonus because the more shark cards you get, the more bonus you get. I wouldn't know. Maybe some people say, "I fuck the mystery. I'm getting that bonus in that second house on Malibu."
Well, I'm telling you, I didn't want to say it earlier because I don't
I'm
have
just
anything to
I'm just
back it up.
speculating. We have to.
And I won't.
Yeah.
I don't like to say things unless I have proof or whatever. I don't want to lead people in the wrong direction. That's why sometimes it takes me months to make a video, and that's why that video might be an hour long. But it's worth it. It's honest work. The thing is,
Yeah,
I heard recently.
you told me about the video, and before the show, and like Friday, because we were supposed to do this like Friday, but something came up in between. But the things you said, especially the Nagasaki thing, and now your helmet too, and all the things, I can really recommend it. I will leave a link to your channel because I got people, and he says, "What's the name of Danny's channel?" So that's a good sign, and I can recommend it. If you watch his videos, the most of them are a little bit longer. So grab a cup of tea, and if you're really into the mystery, like in depth, like not just like, oh man, maybe we find this, no, but in depth, then hit up his channel because I only do like subtitles and hope to find things, and he like really philosophize. Is that good English?
Yeah, that's
Philosophize.
yeah. I
Yeah,
thank you for the compliment,
about
Dibbs.
it, and yes, and talks with his viewers and his the people who comment, and he does regularly. He invites people over, to do a live chat, and he also. I'm big. I'm putting you on a pedestal right now, Danny.
That's
But
right,
he
man.
also
That's right. It's
does,
crazy. I don't know what to do.
and he also has two like clubs. You got a club on Xbox. You can join like the Chiliad Mystery, and he also got one on the PlayStation. And I have never seen a guy so dedicated. And when I had like 200 subs, and he was the one who invited me first to do an interview, and that went so well that we became friends, and he came from America to visit me in the Netherlands. Well, and yeah, you became a true friend. And although we don't agree sometimes on the mystery, we all hunt for the same goal. Like we are here to, yeah, for the mystery and to solve. Yeah, and
Absolutely.
we all are fans here, by the way.
I appreciate it, Dibbs. I really do, honestly. And guys, honestly, yeah. If you're not subbed to Dibbs as well, good. He's a good dude. He's a really good dude, and he's got good stuff, man. Really good. I mean, his videos have that dark undertone, X Files, like, you know. The lightning is striking. What's around the corner? Well, Dibbs will tell you in just a second. Hello, welcome back, Mystery.
Yeah, I overreact
It's
sometimes
got
in the
that lure
videos.
to it. I like it. But
Yeah, it's to set a mood. It's to set a mood.
it does set me in a mood, but I've ripped a couple of my. Never, I'm not even gonna get into that. Listen, though, I want to tell you something. Earlier, I wasn't gonna say this because I didn't want to lead anyone with bad information, but I might as well just say it now. That someone told me earlier, and I just have to check up on this. But apparently, Rockstar wasn't the one making the choices about all this DLC or all the shark card shit. Apparently that is really Take Two making these decisions behind the scenes. Now I don't know if that's true, but that does sound right because it
Yeah,
doesn't sound right for Rockstar to fuck
yeah.
over everybody. So, just take that. Put that in the back of your mind too. It might not be Rockstar doing these things if these things turn out to be bad things.
Yeah, no, no, I'm not. But I was just
Shout out to
thinking about
Fearless
it,
Fox. He's in the chat.
oh, he's in. Oh man, I love his video, man. Did you see
Yeah,
his
awesome,
last
fucking
video?
awesome video.
Oh,
Dibs is in the front of the video, right in the beginning. We'll get run. That's right. We'll get the
yeah,
jetpack, run. That's right, run. We'll
but
get the
his
jetpack.
yeah, but his editing skills are the most best in the world, and
Yeah,
I
they are
love his
good.
editing skills.
Yeah.
And
Shout out
he's
to
bigger
Fearless
than both of
Fox.
us, so people already know him. So we don't have to really shout him out because he got over 20,000 subs. But um,
Right.
his editing skills are. Oh, and by the way, before we end up, Tuesday, and I hope you want to do this with me. Shall we do a live show that we play the
Absolutely.
heist,
No matter what,
and
I am
with
going to be live when that DLC
yeah,
drops.
and
I
we're
will
gonna
be.
yes, and then we're gonna do the heist, and maybe invite Fearless Fox and play the first mission like it's supposed to be. Then the second mission we're gonna look for clues, and the third we're gonna like with the viewers like look left, look right, etc., and look for clues. And if we got like 50 or 100 people in the chat, we're gonna find everything that there is to be found there.
Right.
I think it's
Exactly.
gonna, yeah, and I think it's gonna be amazing if we can do that. Oh, by the way, I can't read the chat anymore because the laptop, my battery died from the laptop. So,
Ooh.
uh, yeah, thank you all for joining. You are the absolute best, and
Shout out to Ryan McGrory.
yeah, I want to shout out too, but my the laptop is gone. But you know, I love you all. So, and it's
Yeah,
time
I
to go to
agree.
bed too, right? So,
Okay, so we'll go ahead.
at
We'll
least
shout
for
out
me.
some people, and then we'll start wrapping it up. So everyone that's in here, once again, thank you guys all for joining. And like I said earlier, stay tuned. I know my thoughts, and me and Dibs, we don't have anything scripted. We're just talking out the top of our heads. But there's a lot of stuff that is written down that I'm going to do in a nice order, and I'm coming out with a good video. Any doubters out there that just think that they just need to know the right thing to maybe stay believing. I might have that information. I might have found it. Check out the new video that's coming out. I'm going to be posting it soon. That has a lot of stuff on there involving a pure, in my opinion, a pure explanation of the mural now, and a lot of things as well. Dibs and me will be getting together on Tuesday, hopefully with other hunters as well, and hopefully you guys join up, live with us. Also this Tuesday when the DLC drops, and also guys, if you're on the Xbox, don't go to sleep or whatever tonight without joining the club Chiliad Mystery on the Xbox. And if you're on the PlayStation 4, don't go to sleep or don't masturbate or don't do anything before you join up to the community solving the Chiliad Mystery. Me and Dibs, all of our contact info will probably be in the descriptions, but we're on Facebook. We're on all that fun shit. And yeah, hit us up, guys. We love to talk to people and discuss shit. And I'm looking for people to play heists with right now. So if you guys just want to chill, play around, and get some money before the heist, whatever, just hit us up. We don't bite hard, and we'll see you guys soon. So let's give a couple shout outs before we wrap this sucker up. We got Old Brittany, Nicholas Carr, Schmarzenegger. We got Grant Bradley, Rally _baked 24. We got Living on the Edge. We got Spectro. We got I like what Mr. iView Vision says. He says the jetpack is a prize, but it's not the big surprise. I like that. We got Michael Zato. We got Craig Blackburn. We have Senior Strippy Coms, Fearless Fox again, Taconas Pasman. We have a lot of you guys. Sindeo Gaming.
Oh man, I want to do shout outs too, but my laptop battery is gone. But
It
all of you,
sucks.
yeah,
We'll make
and
up for it on Tuesday.
yeah,
You can
yeah, I
start
will
off with
make
a
up.
couple
I will
shout
make it
outs.
up. And by the way, I see some people I know from Twitter like Brittany, and I love her humor. She's absolutely how do you say that? Yeah, a lot of fun. She's and there are other people, and man, I love this community. So whatever the outcome is of this mystery, if there is a mystery or there's not, it's been a hell of a ride, like they said, right? So
Right. And I mean, I'll still,
yeah,
if
man.
it's over, I'll still do Shoot for the Stars. I'm still gonna do other games as
Yeah,
well. Like me and
there are a
Dibs
lot
already
of
talked
Easter
about it.
eggs,
We'll
man.
do
There are a
Star
lot of
Wars
Easter
and
eggs.
shit. Right? Like if the mystery's over, me and you, we talked about it. We'll do Star Wars and stuff still, and we'll still be playing
Yeah.
and stuff. But it just, obviously we're not gonna be um, having as many views and stuff because obviously most people are here just to find out what they can get and then they go.
That's okay. For me, it wasn't about the views. For me, it's not about the subscribers.
Right. It was
It's
the
all about the
situation.
mystery.
Right.
Yeah, it's all about the mystery.
Exactly.
That's why I don't hardly talk in my videos because even I can listen to myself for 10 minutes with my horrible English. So I would
It's
click.
like you guys really do appreciate it, and it makes us, at least it makes me feel good. Like when I spend hours doing research and hunting, and then I go and edit, and dude, it takes a long time, man, and I don't get paid
Yeah.
shit for this
But we
shit,
all
guys. Trust
hunt.
me.
We that's the good thing. That's the good thing from our community. We all hunt in our own way, and some hunt
Exactly.
others than us. Some people. I saw videos of people posting me messages. They do absolutely marvelous thing with the map. They mirror it,
Absolutely, yes.
and everybody is looking in their own way to solve this thing, and
It's
that's
awesome
why.
too when you get the comments and people really appreciate it and notice, hey man, you've spent a lot of time on great editing. those kind of comments are just when people notice how much work you put in, and especially like the same thing Dibbs just said. Like when I find out, like a viewer like comes up to me and says, "Dude, I found this," and I realize how much work. That's why I'm always trying to do discussion videos and getting people on the channel and shouting their name out, giving
Yes.
them credit because, dude, that's just it can't go unnoticed. It can't go without them talking on the channel themselves and talking about the discovery because, I mean, a shout out is going to be forgotten. You're not going to remember that guy's name at the beginning of someone's video. You're going to remember the person's video that you've seen it on. So that's
Yes.
teamwork is key. Rockstar says it. They even
Yeah.
posted a tweet today saying something about 2 players or 2 to 4 players now for a heist or whatever, and that it might be involved with just that new one. I'm not too sure, but they even say teamwork is key. So that's got to be involved. There's that whole criminal mastermind award for getting all the heists done in order without dying with the same 4 people. That might be a clue into something. Maybe we have to do all these heists with the same people, same crew. I think crews are going to be a big deal. I think that's going to be something that's involved in something. I really believe in that too. But like I said, we'll speculate more. We'll talk more. Tuesday we'll know the
Yeah, we'll
most
talk more.
afterwards when we really play
Yeah.
through it and have a better understanding. I'm sure me and Debs will give you guys a nice breakdown of our thoughts, feelings, views, and anything that we found. But until then, guys, I know I'm at least posting 1 or 2 more videos, and I'll be live trying to get some money. So you guys can stick around, jump on my channel, and I know Debs, he might have something planned for you as well. So guys, we're gonna do what we can to give you our part. Do your part,
I want to end
guys,
my
and just be
video
awesome
with
like you've been.
because I want to end my video with I'm looking at a sheriff right now, and he's got the Epsilon uh, birthmark on him. So I don't know what it means, but I just wanted to show you that. Just a quick
Absolutely.
thing, and yeah, thanks for watching. And if you can close the thing because your English is way better than me, thank you all for being here. And I think it was a great discussion, a long one, and yeah,
Hey, it might be our
I hope.
last one, right? That's kind of sad, but it might be one of the last ones, unfortunately, if the bad
No,
news
no, we
does
gonna
come to pass.
yeah, at least we gonna like wrap this up. If I can't find anything in the last 2 weeks, then my motivation is gone. Like, but for now, I still have hopes. I still have hopes because
Right.
Rockstar is Rockstar. Rockstar is Rockstar.
So to answer the question, was the Doomsday Heist a doomsday scenario for the mystery? Well, to be continued, guys. As I'm in the
To be
Batmobile, we'll
continued.
say
Continued.
same
Yeah.
bat time, same bat channel. Show up this Tuesday, guys. It'll be awesome having you guys around again. Once again, thank you all for jumping in. Couldn't have done it, wouldn't have done it, and we shouldn't have done it without you. So until next time, take it easy. Dibs, thank you once again, man. It's always a pleasure getting together with you. Always a good time. From friend
Likewise.
to friend, hunter to hunter. It's always awesome.
Okay, sleep tight for later, and thanks for watching.
Don't let the bed bugs bite, guys. Those motherfuckers can be dangerous. All right, guys. Until next time, take it
Bye
easy.
bye.
Ta ta. And as mother fucking always.
You
Do you
always
guys know
do
what I'm gonna
that
say?
shit, man.
You know what I'm gonna say? You know what I'm gonna say, don't you? Motherfucking always. Motherfucking always. Peace.
Bye bye, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm offline. You're here?